Good morning, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the holidays and got some time in with family. As you can see, I am growing a little something here. What really happened is I grew it over the holidays, and I'm just refusing to get rid of it because it makes me believe I'm kind of still on the holidays. So we'll see how long it lasts. I want to wish you all a very happy new year and let you know that I really feel a sense of joy just to be here with you back again at the beginning of our spring semester now. And I hope you feel that sense of joy too, that sense of joy of our community. It's great to be with family, but you get back to work and then it's good. You don't have to board any more planes or trains or automobiles, and it's good to just sort of be back in the groove. So Happy New Year. Welcome to our Manor College MSCHE Self-Study Kickoff event. Today's discussion is to share a little background about MSCHE, the self-study process, to introduce our co-chairs, and they in turn will introduce our steering committee and our working groups. So to start at the beginning, particularly for those who may be new to Manor or new to the accreditation process. MSCHE is the acronym for the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. As an organization, MSCHE prefers to be formally called by the letters MSCHE. It's why I'm doing that over and over. It's annoying, I don't like it, but that's their preference. They don't like to be called Miss-Chi, and they do also prefer being called the Commission. Most campuses of higher education in the United States just call the Commission Middle States. And there's some history. I won't go through any of it because it's kind of a bore, but what I will say is that it's fine for us to just call it the Middle States process. But when they're here, we might want to say MSCHE or the Commission. Middle States is a higher education accreditation organization. It's a nonprofit that serves as a layer in between the United States Department of Education, I pressed the button, and it does directly regulate higher education, meaning the Department of Education does, and our institutions of higher ed. And so the niche for our accreditor, meaning not the U.S. Department of Education, is that their purpose is evaluation of all aspects of the institution holistically, including modality of instruction and everything done in the name of the institution, including all academic programs and services. Middle States assures students and the public of educational quality, which is to say quality assurance. The Commission's accreditation process ensures institutional accountability, self-appraisal, improvement, and innovation through peer review and the rigorous application of standards within the context of institutional mission. In other words, Middle States serves as a kind of non-governmental, peer-driven entity that fosters higher education to continuously improve through a self-study and a peer review process. The peers, who are often faculty and administrators from institutions in our own region, can't see with or without my glasses, the peers who are often our faculty in our own region, they review our self-study materials. They come to visit us to verify that what we've described in our self-study document is accurate. And we've done the same for them. I have been on Middle States visits at other institutions. During the pandemic, Ali and I were on one that was a virtual one for another institution. That's the process. That's what we do. We peer review each other. We drill down. We take a look at what's happening under the hood, and we report back to the institution and to Middle States. So that's what they will do for us and with us. About every 8 years, we go through a self-study process. About 8 years ago, we did that. And our self-study, for those who were here, I'm sure you'll remember, our co-chairs were Doctors Diane Pevar and Elizabeth Naus. And that process yielded data that helped us with understanding where we needed to improve. And we used that data to help us to build out our 2016 to 2020 strategic plan at the time. After that, we built our current strategic plan, which we know is called Caring with Purpose. And that plan goes from 21 to 25. And we did that in a sort of generally reflective way of over the Middle States standards and considerations. And we did that particularly in the context of assessment, looking at the Middle States standards in juxtaposition to how our strategic plan works. At the top level, the way the process works is, as an institution, we essentially look at ourselves in the context of 7 quality standards that Middle States holds. They're known as the 7 standards. And we ask, how do we measure up? Whether we measure up. What do we need to do differently or better? Typically, as a high-performing organization, as we are, you do meet the standards. For example, per Standard 1, we are a mission-focused organization, with proof of that in almost everything we do, including starting off today with a prayer. That doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement. Of course, there always is. So the self-study is an institution's way of describing how it meets the standards and what it might do to make the students' experiences and the overall institutional operations even stronger. It's continuous improvement. In the same way that we leveraged our last self-study to help us to build our 2016 strategic plan, we will now leverage this self-study to help us to build what will come, our 2025 strategic plan. And that works out really nicely for us because when you look at how everything's lined up, 2016 went out to 2020, our current one's 21 to 25. Middle States will be here in that same time bracket, so that gives us time to build up our strategic plan as we're learning and studying about ourselves and getting the feedback from ourselves and from Middle States about what we need to do differently and better. We can incorporate that into our strategic plan. And you all know what the strategic planning process, I should say most of you I think know what the strategic planning process is. It's an iterative community process where we really pool our knowledge to understand ourselves and build a framework for building the future. So we get to do these things in tandem with each other, and that's a really good thing for us. So last year, John Krebs, he made a few open announcements about our specific self-study timeline. And so we're going to revisit that today, among a few other things about the process. And so with that, I want to recognize our self-study co-chairs, Dean Jamie Simpson, Professor Michael Landis, and VP and Dean Allison Moots. Thank you.